Shalom, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace, safety, much love, and blessing to the occupant across the four corners of the earth that are pushing out this truth and sincerity. To you brothers, I want to say Shalom. Lord willing, this lesson be edifying to an elect member too, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. This is an article I ran across on the Guardian app, Guardian.com, which is a news source, a global news source or media outlet, so to speak. Now, this article was published today, October 30th, 2019, and it's entitled, Michelle Obama Says White Americans Still Running from Black Neighbors. Okay, see, the title caught my attention because our people still believe that they're equal or equivalent to the so-called white race, and that they should by now be accepted. Okay, after all the marching, all the beatings, so-called black people took coming up, even from the time of slavery up into the civil rights movement, they feel like all of that should have furthering the acceptance of the so-called black community, which newsflash, it hasn't. Okay, because we're still under these certain curses that the Lord has put us in, and we're going to stay that way until the Lord comes back and restores us and brings us out of it, and that's just what it is, man. A point blank period. Okay, but our people still believe that marching of Martin Luther King and Salakia. So from all the marching Martin Luther King did, Malcolm X, Black Panther movement, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, just to name a few, they feel that all of that transpiring should have, erased the fact that we're not accepted amongst these other nations, especially the so-called white man. We're still looked at, as niggas, spicks, wetbacks, all of those words that are used to describe black. That's another one. All of these words that are used to describe us Israelites. So no matter the status of what these so-called Hispanics and Native Americans and blacks achieve in this society, you're still looked at, as being such. Okay, like that nigga Kanye said in one of his songs, even though Jake bugged out, he said, even if you in the Benz, you're still a nigga, So that's how these people look at us. No matter what you accumulate, materially, you're not accepted, man. And, in this lesson, I'm going to go, further into why that is. Because our people, like I said, figure, they paid their dues, so to speak, in this society, and they should be accepted. Okay. Let's start off in the book of Psalms. When I wanted in Psalms, Salakia. Psalms, the 44th chapter, I believe it was. Gather my thoughts. 44, and now this here is, Israel undergoing suffering, man. All right, this was a poem or a psalm, written, describing the suffering that our nation was going through, man. Okay, this is Psalms 44 and verse 13. It says, Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to them around. Salakia, thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. So let's see. Let's go into that word derision and see what it goes into. It says ridiculed. Yeah. So we're ridiculed against these other nations. We're ridiculed by these other nations, by calling us these proverbs and bywords and looking at us like we ain't shit, when all actuality, we're supposed to be above them, right? These other nations, man, are at spittle, according to the Lord, man, right? But they look at us as if we're the low lives, and we're the we ain't shit, we're spittle. Hey, but we're here to tell you, man, hey, that narrative is going to change, man, and you slowly seeing it now. These curses being lift off of us, and being put on these other nations, man. So going back, this is Psalms 44:13. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. Okay. So back in this article, it says Michelle Obama was said that white Americans are still running from their non-white fellow citizens during a summit in which she detailed how her own experience of white flight unfolded during her upbringing on Chicago's South Side. Yeah, man, because they look at us, and the scripture just told you how we're going to be looked at amongst our neighbors, and I'm going to get into why that is, man. Okay? It says, we are doing everything we were supposed to do and better, the former First Lady told attendees at the third annual Obama Fountain Summit, reported the Chicago Sun-Times as she talked about her childhood. But when we moved in, white families moved out. So she stated that they were doing everything that they were supposed to and better, by them being so-called black family. It don't matter what you do, man, on this side. You're not going to be accepted, man. All right. And I'm going to further explain why, man. It's just not, me coming out my ass with some shit because, I don't like Edomites. This was ordained by a higher power for us to be looked at this way. Okay. Continuing on in the article, it says, I want to remind white folks that y'all were running from us and you're still running. She also said, reportedly making a comparison between white flight and what immigrant families experience when they settle in U.S. neighborhoods, right? Because these so-called Edomites think they're better than all the other nations, man, right? That's the definition of a racist, man. Just think the belief in one's race that they're superior above the other, okay? When all actuality, you Edomites are just as much as spittle as looked at by the Lord as these other nations, man. All right, the Hamites, Ishmael, Cush, all of those, Moabites, all of y'all in the same goddamn class, man, when it comes to the Lord. Okay, but these Edomites, man, they look at everybody else like they ain't shit, and that's how she was comparing it to, because that's the way it is. And let's see why. Jump into the curses, man, because we are cursed people. Because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments given to us, and for that we're being punished. Because when you go into Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, from the 15th verse on down, it tells you that it tells you of the curses, that would befall us as a nation if we didn't, obey the Lord. So, hey, man, and this further goes to show you, man, we are those people, because these curses fit us like a tailor-made suit. You hearing it from Michelle Obama, because she don't have the knowledge of the scriptures to know why, when they move in the neighborhood, the white folks getting the hell on. She looking at it as, hey, man, we should be equal to y'all. We done all we could do and better. We paid our dues to society. We're well educated. We got degrees, we got PhDs, doctrines, whatever the case may be, But, hey, let's go into why, man. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37. It says, and thou shalt become, like I said, now these are the curses when you read Deuteronomy 28th chapter that will be put upon the nation of Israel if they disobey. Okay, so let's read one of them. All right, Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. Yeah, niggas, spits, wetbacks, black, coons, what else they call us? Man, you name it. Okay, we're called everything but what we are, which is Israel, man. Yasharallah, all right, Prince of the Power. They call us everything but that, okay, because we fit this curse right here. Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Okay. So from there, I'm going to jump back into Psalms, and close out from there. Because, little do these Edomites know, man, these other nations, hey, man, the tables are going to turn. All right. Tells you in 2nd Ezra 6 chapter, hey, man, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning and follower. Okay. So, yeah, we looked at this way now. Hey, but we're going to be restored, man. All right. Thus saith the Lord. This is Psalms chapter 80, which goes into the nation Israel, praying to be restored. Okay. And what's going to restore us, man? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Because in that chapter that I just left, Deuteronomy 28 chapter, it tells you that no man will buy us. And buy just means to redeem, okay? It's not talking about monetarily. The Lord is going because we were bought as slaves, It says no man shall buy you. But that's stating that no man shall redeem us out of this, out of these curses, which is upon our people, man. All right, this is Deuteronomy, Psalms 80 and verse 6. It says, thou makest us a strife amongst our neighbors, and our enemies laugh amongst themselves. Yeah, look at those niggas, man, moving into the neighborhood. They think they're, hot shit, whatever the case may be. They're laughing at us, man. Like, look at these niggas, man. They think they done made it. Little do they know, they still looked at as being the goddamn scum of the earth. But look at them with their nose all up, their chest high, like they some. These niggas ain't shit. That's how our enemies look at us, man. And when they sitting around the dinner table, they're laughing at your black ass, man. When they're in the workplace, you walk out of the room, they laughing behind your back. Look at this black ass nigga. Whatever, man. These white people probably use the term more than the so-called black person use it, man. Okay. Verse 7. It says, turn us again, which means to restore. Turn us again, O power of hosts, and cause thy face to shine as we shall be saved. All right. And that's what we're looking forward to, man, for the tables to be turned, and we be on the top. These other nations up under us, man, in righteousness. Okay. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash, Shalom.